While photovoltaic solar panels are a whole lot cheaper than they once were, they still represent a sizable investment for the average homeowner. And unless you happen to live in one of those rare multi-family dwellings with photovoltaic panels already on the roof, the chances are you can't even get solar panels unless you own your own home. I could do a whole video on the social inequalities associated with solar panel installations, namely the fact that those who really could benefit from solar panels are the very people who can't actually afford them. But today I'm going to focus on something else, namely Tesla and its new photovoltaic solar panel rental scheme. And no, I'm not going to talk about Walmart and the court case and the fires. That is a completely different story. And, well, it's an ongoing case, so let's leave that for the news show. For those who don't know, and if you don't know, I'm assuming that you've been living on a deserted island for the last few years. Congratulations. Tesla isn't just a company that makes electric cars. It also manufactures and installs energy storage products and, thanks to its acquisition of SolarCity a few years ago, solar panels as well. Like its electric car goals, Tesla wants to make photovoltaic solar panel installations as affordable for as many people as possible, and it's been working hard to reduce the price of its solar panel installations. Earlier this year, it slashed the cost of its solar panels, making them as much as 16% less to buy and install than comparable other products in the US. It did this by trying to modularize its solar panel systems as much as possible, selling solar panels to customers in increments of 4 kilowatts. It then also expected homeowners to get involved in their install a little more, taking photographs to assist in site surveys ahead of installation instead of sending Tesla site survey teams out. But those panels are still too expensive for many, which is where Tesla's new solar panel rental program comes from. If you live in Arizona, California, Connecticut, Massachusetts, New Jersey, or New Mexico, you can now get a Tesla photovoltaic system from as little as $50 per month installed with no upfront costs or long-term contracts. If you're in one of those states I've just mentioned, for that $50 per month, Tesla says you should generate between $700 and $1,400 of electricity per year, resulting in an annual net income of between $20 and $650. Depending on where you live, and consequentially what your annual solar generating potential is. So, should you do it? I mean, after all, you'd be generating electricity on the roof of your own home, you'd be supporting Tesla, and you'd also be able to get some extra revenue into the bargain. I mean, what's not to love, right? Well, if making a small amount of money each year with a low outlay sounds like a good idea, sure, go for it. But there are some caveats you should be aware of before you sign on the dotted line. First, these small solar panels aren't going to be enough to give you a car powered entirely by solar power. For a start, that small installation is just 3.8 kilowatts, which is going to generate 10 to 14 kilowatt hours of electricity a day. Of course, you can offset your generation against your electric car charging bill, but it's not going to be enough to charge completely full every day if you have a larger battery pack and a longer commute. Tesla also isn't yet making it possible for you to install a Powerwall and rent that alongside your rented solar panels, although it's apparently being considered for the future. And if you are dreaming of getting those incentives from your local government or the feds, think again. As part of the rental, just like it would be if you were leasing a car, you have to agree to pass those credits and benefits onto the company you're renting from, namely Tesla. Tesla has stated it doesn't intend to make a profit on the program, which is technically true, but it does give the company a revenue stream up front in the form of those tax credits, which could be between $4,000 and $10,000 in some states per installation, as well as a secured revenue stream for the future in the form of those rental payments. And while there isn't a contract and you can remove the panels or downsize your array at any time, Tesla will charge you $1,500 to do so. And yes, it's not going to get to pocket all of those incentives because it has to pay for its own materials to make those panels. I'm guessing what I want to say is if you want to sell your house, you'd have to get the new buyers to join in Tesla's rental program or pay to have the panels removed. But there's no denying that renting solar panels from Tesla is a great, affordable way to get into solar panel ownership. And if you're looking for a quick way to support the company with not too much in the way of investment, and as a consequence you're okay with earning a few $100s a year to offset your electricity bill, then go ahead, especially if you can't afford to buy the same system outright from Tesla. However, if you plan on living in your home for a long time, and you plan on renting those panels for a long time too, you should know that over periods of more than 15 years or so, it is more cost effective to buy the system outright, especially if you're someone who has a larger electricity bill. Solar panels do degrade their output a little every year, about 1% per year, but they're also more than capable of lasting 20 years or more. 20 years, by the way, is a standard photovoltaic warranty period. Like leasing a car then, the photovoltaic system being offered for rental by Tesla is best if you're not interested in it as a long-term investment and you don't mind paying $1,500 when you move or you decide to switch out those panels for something else. Personally, I think solar panels should be a long-term investment, and you may find your local credit union offers a better low-interest loan over the course of 20 years than you would get renting from Tesla. Then again, you're not going to be helping Tesla's bottom line unless you buy the panels direct from Tesla, which, to be honest, is a good reason to go for these panels. Both of these ways are valid, but you should always think twice before making a big investment. Even if it's only $50 a month, it costs a lot over 10 years or more. That's it. Thanks for watching, and if you'd like to help us make more of these videos, please do consider liking, commenting and subscribing. Send a couple of dollars our way every month through Patreon, feed our big coffee habit with Ko-fi, or visit our swag store and buy some merch. And thanks to our friends at 45 Drives, who without them we'd never have our servers running as sweetly as we do. I'll be back soon with more content, but until then, behave yourselves, and as always, keep evolving.